Just before Christmas, the government decided to forcibly take over the state media, Polish radio, Polish television and the Polish press agency. Today, the court found the actions against Telewizja Polska to be illegal and refused to register the newly appointed heads of these companies. The court explained that the government did not follow the appropriate procedure. In other words, the court found that the dismissal of TVP's management and supervisory boards by Minister Sienkiewicz was illegal and refused to register it. The court also pointed out that the judgment of the Constitutional Tribunal from 2016, which was cited by those in power, cannot constitute a basis for questioning the powers of the National Media Council. This means that the narrative of the politicians of the ruling coalition, supported by a multitude of lawyers, experts and even journalists, has fallen to pieces, and the action of entering the media with the help of strong people was illegal from the very beginning. The court assessed the case clearly. The takeover of public media by Donald Tusk's strongmen is illegal. The resolution on the appointment of members of the company's supervisory board by the General Meeting of Shareholders, and the resolution of the supervisory board on the appointment of the company's management board, the resolution on the appointment of the members of the company's supervisory board by the General Meeting of Shareholders, and the resolution of the supervisory board on the appointment of the company's management board were adopted by an unauthorised body, according to the above-mentioned provisions of the Broadcasting Act, and also due to the provisions of TVP statute, in accordance with the provisions of the Commercial Companies Code itself. The decision is not final. Politicians of the ruling coalition argue that it does not change anything anyway because Minister Sienkiewicz has put the public media into liquidation. From the beginning of the attack on public media, President Andrzej Duda indicated that Lieutenant Colonel Sienkiewicz and his men were breaking the law. The lawlessness with which Minister Sienkiewicz operates was confirmed today by the court, which refused to make the entry. In connection with the court's decision, a statement was issued by the current president of Telewizja Polska, who announced that he would take legal action. All decisions made by these bodies are invalid. This applies, among others, to concluded contracts and attempt to illegally release many people from the obligation to work. As the president of the management board elected by a resolution of the National Media Council, I would like to inform you that appropriate legal steps will be taken against any persons acting to the detriment of the company. There was information in the media that politicians from Donald Tusk's camp called journalists and offered them jobs in the illegally taken over public television, as well as salaries well above the market rate. However, those who agreed to these lucrative new contracts may be severely disappointed. Unofficial information from Woronicza, for now, payments to new employees have been suspended. The illegal shutdown of several TVP info programs and others, the lawless firing of journalists, the exposure of the station to huge losses due to loss of advertising contracts, and even physical attacks on MPs, all this may result in criminal liability. We are dealing with a radically illegal takeover of huge public property with the consent and encouragement of the Minister of Culture and National Heritage, Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz. At the next session of the Sejm, the Law and Justice Party's motion to dismiss Minister Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz is to be considered. Parliament was supposed to resume work today, but yesterday the Speaker of the Sejm, Szymon Hołownia, unexpectedly moved it to next week. The report from yesterday's protest, during which the speech of opposition leader Jarosław Kaczyński was suddenly interrupted, says a lot about the new standards of TVP, ruled by people appointed by Donald Tusk.
Odnosi się do ludzi, którzy chcieli, żeby w Polsce w tej sferze został przywrócony.
Zerwane połączenie sprzed aresztu śledczego Warszawa-Grochu.
Initially, Donald Tusk tried to take over the media by force. However, as a result of the actions of law and justice politicians and media coverage on the attacks on public media buildings, the government changed its mind. Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz put the public media into liquidation, which, according to the chairman of the National Broadcasting Council, Maciej Świerski, is also illegal.